All right, well, at 3 minutes past 6, we will get this last meeting for the year underway. Now, I just would bring to everyone's attention that this meeting is being live streamed in accordance with Section 5.23A of the Local Government Act and with the relevant EMRC policy. You have to hear from me this evening rather than our chairperson, given that she is away in Canberra for the 31st National General Assembly of Local Government Conference. So you'll have me instead of her, but she is in attendance and we thank her for that online. Acknowledgement to country, so we wish to acknowledge the traditional custodians of the land, the Whadjuk people of the Noongar Nation, and pay our respects to their elders past and present. Now, unusual for the EMRC, we have a guest this evening. So we have Mr. John Gangel in his capacity as a representative of the Minister for Local Government. So we thank him for coming along this evening, and he will be here as an observer. Attendances, apologies and leaves of absence are previously approved. So in terms of what I'd stated before, we have the chairperson is attending online by electronic means, given her attendance at that conference. Madam Chairperson, could you please confirm that you're in a safe and secure location and you are able to participate?
Yes, I confirm that.
Thank you. And Councillor Ames is an apology, and we have Mayor of Bassendean, Catherine Hamilton, here in attendance in his stead this evening. Yes, so Councillor Ames is on approved leave, so not an apology. This is something which approval has been granted for. Disclosures of interest. So do we have any disclosures of interest for this meeting? I see no indication of a disclosure. Announcements by the chairperson or presiding member. So I suppose just by way of administrative matters, it's that time of year, so I would just remind everyone and bring to their attention that we have the related party transactions and disclosure, and also the annual return. So that's just by way of housekeeping, but still important nonetheless, and I would encourage everybody to do that as soon as is practicable. In terms of other announcements, I mean, we can, coming to the end of the financial year, I suppose, reflect on another, in my view, successful year at the EMRC. Looking back as to how long the EMRC has been going, and 1983, so we're completing the 42nd financial year from the date of the initial creation of the Eastern Metropolitan Regional Council, and just looking at how it's transitioned over time from like-minded local governments banding together using the Red Hill facility that was provided by the City of Bayswater, and just how far we've come from that rather humble beginning. So yeah, just a reflection on that at the end of this financial year. Response to previous questions taken on notice. Don't believe there are any.
Deputy Chair, there are none.
Public question time. I don't see any members of the public present.
No, Deputy Chair, there's been nothing submitted.
Applications for leave of absence. Do we have any? No, none of those. Petitions, deputations and presentations. I understand there are none. Confirmation of the minutes of the previous meeting. So we'd be seeking those in relation to the ordinary council meeting held on the 22nd of May of this year. So those have been distributed and confirmed. Could I have a mover and a seconder? Thank you, Councillor Hamilton and Ellery. Thank you. So I'll now put that to the vote. Everyone in favour? And I take that as unanimous. Thank you. Questions by members, of which due notice has been given. I'm advised by the CEO that we have not received any questions of that nature. Questions without notice. Are there any questions that are not that don't relate to a specific employee report? I don't see any indications. I take there to be none. Announcement of confidential matters which meetings may be closed. So this evening, and for the purposes of section 5.232 of the Local Government Act, there are two items, and those are in section 19. So that will be a legal update regarding the wood waste to energy plant and Energy Proprietary Limited. There's also a strategic discussion regarding the direction of the EMRC. And 13 being previous business not dealt with from previous meetings, there is nil. So returning to those confidential items, what I propose to do is to move the confidential items just mentioned, being items 19.1 and 19.2, to the front of the meeting. And in terms of that, I would also seek to change the order so that we deal with 19.2 and then 19.1. So in terms of, so I need a mover and a seconder to go behind closed doors.
Change the order of business first. Change the order of business first.
Yeah, change the order of business first. Yeah, so first would be to change the order of business, that we would move item 19 to the ahead of the employee reports. Items 19.1 and 2, thank you. Mover and a seconder, thank you, Councillor Zanino. Could we vote on that item? All in favour? I see that as unanimous. Okay, where was that section? Yeah, that's the one. Yeah. So in terms of item 19, looking to move behind closed doors, and that will be with the exception of the employees of the EMRC and Mr. John Gangel, who we had acknowledged at the outset of the meeting. So we propose to go behind closed doors on that basis. Do I have a mover? Councillor Ellery and Councillor Zanino. Put that to the vote. All in favour? And that is unanimous. Read that out. Yep. Okay, so we're back out from behind closed doors. So I would like to read out in relation to.
Yeah, that's right. So you can read that one.
So in relation to 19.2, so council had resolved. So 1, adopts the recommendations presented within the confidential report. 2, notes the submitted confidential notices of resolutions from the Town of Bassendean, City of Bayswater, Shire of Mundaring and the City of Swan, found in the attachments. 3, requests the CEO to provide a copy of the confidential council report, attachments and resolutions to the Department of Local Government, Sports and Cultural Industries, participant councils and the Minister for Local Government if required. 4, requests the report, attachments and Resolution 5 remain confidential and be certified by the Chairperson and the Chief Executive Officer, and Resolution number 5 is a confidential resolution.
19.1.
Moving to the other item of business, 19.1. That is 1, that Council notes the report and legal advice. 2, Council selects option 1 as identified in the confidential report and instructs the CEO to proceed on that basis. 3, the report and attachment remain confidential and be certified by the Chairperson and the CEO.
Now we return to item 13.
Okay, so we will resume the usual order. So I'm happy to turn over to the CEO to work our way through the officer's recommendations if they're...
Item 14.
Yeah, so that's item 14, and I understand that we're pulling things out of one block.
Yes, then.
Well, I'll allow the CEO to outline how we intend on proceeding, but in the first instance, we'd ask if there was any items that would be pulled out of en bloc in the reports.
14.3.
I have 14.3. Was there any other officer report that a councillor wished to remove from en bloc? Okay, I see nothing else other than 14.3. Oh, yep, Councillor Catalano.
Yes, I'd like to pull out, well, I don't know the number because I've only got the agenda, but the one relating to the air pollution control residue. 14.6.
14.6.
Yeah, just for a opposition.
Absolutely,
just to oppose it.
we'll bring it out.
Thank you.
Sorry, it's the information bulletin. So do you mean 14.6.4?
Councillor Catalano, is that correct? Are you happy to take Councillor Ellery's identification of what you're after?
Sorry, I just don't have the number. And I think we should get the number.
Sorry, it's through the chair. Unfortunately, we have to withdraw the whole 14.6 because each of the information bulletin doesn't have a resolution of council, only the en bloc.
Thank you. That certainly makes that easier. So 14.3, 14.6, those are the items that we've removed from en bloc. I'll ask the CEO if all the others are capable of being moved en bloc.
Yes, Deputy Chair, that is the case.
And Mr. CEO, so for the avoidance of doubt, 14.3 and 14.6 are removed, so we are moving items 14.1, 14.2, 14.4, 14.5, and that is all. So I'll look for a mover in relation to that. Councillor Zanino, a seconder, Councillor Ellery. I will put that to the vote. All those in favour of moving those en bloc, and that is unanimous. Thank you. We now move to item 14.3. Councillor Hamilton.
Yes, I have proposed an amendment to the officer's recommendation for 14.3. This is, I did flag this at the briefing 2 weeks ago, that because at that point in time we were looking at all 4 members, councils remaining in a wind-up situation. I thought that my original notice of motion to reduce the chairperson and deputy chairperson's fees was out of order. So I obviously had a different view when it was just going to be Bassendine.
In terms of that,
Sorry. Yes. So sorry. I am tired. I'm sorry. I would like to move the officer's recommendation with those amendments, but I will leave it to the chairperson if you want to open it up to questions first.
I suppose, given the nature of what's being put, I mean, I suppose I would just caution if anybody wished to ask a question that were perhaps of a nature that would be better dealt with behind closed doors, just to give me forewarning of that. But otherwise, happy to have questions put to understand, I suppose, Councillor Hamilton's intent. And if we have to, I suppose, if it is to be debated, then perhaps she can provide reasons. But just to be clear on what's actually being put. Councillor Jeans.
Through the chair. Just to be clear, and reading between the red and the black, is your intention to go back to the status quo?
Yes.
Thank you, Councillor Jeans. I need a mover for that, and I have that is Councillor Hamilton, and I need a seconder. That is Councillor Ellery. If there's anybody that wishes to speak, okay, I'll put that to the vote. All those in favour of the amended recommendation which has been circulated, raise your hands. I take that as unanimous.
Sorry, what did we say?
Now, in relation to item 14.6, just to clarify, is there anything in there that could potentially be of a confidential nature, or?
Depends on the question.
Well, look, we'll open that item on an open basis and allow Councillor Catalano to interrogate the report. Well, no, just to give you the opportunity to ask questions. If you don't have any questions, you can.
I don't have any questions. I just want to oppose it.
Okay, that's not an issue.
I don't
All right.
expect anyone else is going to oppose it or has an alternative. I don't have an alternative.
Well, you will be given an opportunity to outline your reasons for opposition.
Yeah, thanks.
So those, do I have a mover for that item? There's no Councillor Ellery. Do I have a seconder? There's nobody else. I'm happy to second that. Allow you to speak in opposition, Councillor Catalano.
I just wanted to speak in opposition to it because I'm particularly concerned with the air pollution control residue update. I didn't think that it's got enough information in there, and that's just based on information that I read and got from the application that was made to the EPA. So there's nothing confidential about that. And that application that the MRC put in to the EPA for it to get a licence to basically turn one of the pits up there into containment for the residue, the fly ash that's coming out of the incinerators, really concern me. Lots of things about that application really concern me. And I think I made those points quite well at the agenda forum, and I don't believe, the only other opportunity I'm ever going to get to, express my concerns in terms of toxic matter and particulates and, ending up in Midland and the rest of the metro area, that this has to be extremely carefully managed. And I just am not 100% sure from the application to the EPA and also from the bulletin that the seriousness of the issue is really being dealt with. But I'm hoping that, my words last fortnight ago might have made an impact, and obviously from here on I'll only be able to make submissions to the MRC as a citizen, but you know I'm still not satisfied with the update and the bulletin, and I'm not at all happy with the licence application that went to the EPA. So, and I've made my submission to the EPA, so I'll leave it there. That's why I'm not voting for it tonight.
Was there anybody that wished to speak in favour? Give the mover the opportunity, otherwise I can speak to this item.
Look, just briefly, Chair, it is a report that we are noting. It is something that there is information where we are going through an ongoing process of ensuring environmental compliance with the EPA. So the actions for us is to note that that is an ongoing process. I am glad that there is an independent government agency that is seeking to make sure that this is done to the highest standard, that protects surrounding residents, of whom are Mundaring and Swans. And, you know, I don't, there's the need, and it's a lot better for the environment that it's not sent to Sandy Gap Ridge. So the location of Red Hill is one of the best sites for landfill. This is the idea of waste to energy has been around for decades, and there are only more and more improved technologies, bag houses, flocculant washers, all sorts that are better employed to have the highest standards for these plants. And we're doing our part of supporting a better circular economy, the way that fly ash goes to different road base and all sorts. And I think that it aligns with our sustainable development goals. It aligns with the reduction of waste, and it aligns with also a good core business for the MRC, which is a higher class of landfill cell. So I'm happy to note the progress.
So just in terms of that as a seconder, I mean, Councillor Ellery's put a fairly hard act to follow in terms of the basis for that. But look, I would say that and thank Councillor Catalano for her, I suppose, healthy scrutiny of these matters. So it's not to pretend that you know, what we're dealing with isn't something that needs to be handled carefully. But in terms of where the examination should be, I would say that that's at the EPA condition level, and we would hope that the you know, the best practice and the conditions that are put are you know, sufficiently onerous, and we will discharge them, because we have an interest in the community, and this is the benefits that you have with an asset being publicly held, that it's you know, owned by the community, for the community, with the community's best interests. So I certainly would commend the recommendation, but note Councillor Catalano's caveat to that. I will put that to the... Oh, sorry. Absolutely.
Through the chair, look, I'll be speaking on the fact that I was involved in the previous decisions and supported this, but since then there's been certain, I suppose, observations from other regions around Australia that, and for instance in Sydney, the New South Wales government has outlawed building of waste to energy facilities within the metropolitan area, and they will be built outside the metropolitan area. So when you talk about this process where we're taking the worst contamination from this site and then virtually processing it within the metropolitan area, it's possibly not the wisest move under the circumstances, because we only have to look at history, and I'll use the example DDT, where it was considered to be a safe agent, and then, and then the after effects of that, have been significant. So I think the EMRC needs to carefully consider this decision and see whether this site is actually the best site for to take this sort of contamination. So I think it needs to be looked at with caution.
Thank you, Councillor Jeans. Councillor Hamilton.
Quick question.
I'm allowing that, yes.
Okay, so this is noting a report. It's not determining. Obviously, future reports will come to the EMRC after assessment has been made to determine whether we proceed, correct? Okay, thank you.
Was there anybody else that wanted to speak on this, what seems to be for adjoining areas a delicate issue? Unless there was anybody else that wished to speak on that. I would look to put that to the vote. So all of those in favour of noting the report? Thank you. And those against? Thank you. So we have Councillor Catalano against and everybody else in favour of the noting of the report. Okay, we move on to item 15. So that's the reports of committees, of which I'm advised there are none. Reports of delegates, similarly, there are none. We've got members' motions of which previous notice has been given. I understand there are none. Item 18, new business of an urgent nature. That has been dealt with. And item 19 being the confidential matters. So item 19 brings the meeting to item 20, so the future meetings of council. Some advise that the next meeting of council will be held on Thursday, the 24th of July, at the EMRC administration, commencing at 6 p.m. And the list of future meetings are recorded thereunder. So I can declare this meeting closed at 7:28.